So commonly when we've moved through some kind of trauma or generational trauma, we don't know who we are. We've gotten so used to the character that we had to play. We got so used to hiding ourselves. We got so used to bending to other people's wills that we don't know who we are anymore. The greatest thing about that is you never disappear. You're always there. And when I was living through, right, a very abusive childhood, I was lucky enough to have this connection that I'm about to show you. And I know for a fact that this connection was one of the reasons that I had the ability to move through what I did and the ability to maintain my growth and my expansion. And so I teach this to people because I find it was something I had to cultivate. It was something I chose to cultivate as a child, but not everybody has this cultivating process. And so it's one of the things I like to share with people. But you exist as frequency outside of your body. And right, if you've been with me for a while, you know I've done these frequency band activations quite frequently. Not to make a joke there, but to make a joke there. I do these quite frequently, and it's about getting to know your energy. It's about getting to know your OG, your original grid system of who you truly are versus what you've learned. And so it's breathing deeply and just imagining the energy around you, just getting in touch with the energy around you that's outside of your body. So first you want to connect with your heart and with your body itself. And let's be honest, we don't always have 20, 30 minutes to do a meditation, but quick connections with who you are, 1 minute, 3 times a day, is massive. It's more than you were doing before. And it's just making it playful and making it a habit and seeking out this connection to who you are, to your own awesomeness, right? And so if you just breathe and turn the cells of your body into light, and then expand that light out into about a foot around you, up until about 14 feet around you, and feel for a vibration, feel for a coloration, feel for a joy, feel for some laughter. Just feel for these different parts of you. Make it move, make it playful, make this energy spin, make this energy sparkly, make it dance. Just do whatever you can to make it alive. Not just like, oh, I feel the air around me, but do something to really make it feel something. When we're emotionally processing any kind of thought, when we're contemplating thought, when we attach curiosity to something, well, I wonder what I feel like. What do I think about that? What do I feel about that? Our emotions are our way home. And just because we get stuck in some of the earthly stuff, some of the lower vibrational things, the things that are slower and lower, it doesn't mean that's who we are. It means it's just feedback on what's going on. It's all just feedback. So giving yourself a chance to feel the space around you. And you can connect it with your heart, but just make sure you're in your body. And acknowledging those cells that are there. Until you can kind of feel you. And you are the strength, you're the witness, you're the one experiencing this human plane, right? Yes, thoughts and emotions matter, but you're the one witnessing it all. It all comes back to that. And there's a lot of tricks and a lot of bumps, especially if you've explored limitation as deeply as generational trauma. There's a lot of bumps, And it can be really hard getting out of it until you know some of these things. And this is the place I would tell anybody to start. Because when you have this down, everything else is possible. Because when you have emotional intelligence, when you have that connection to your emotions, to naturally who you are, and when you can come back to that, anything is possible. Thank you so much for joining me for these. They're meant to just be a snack size because I want them to be something that you engage in. And we're so oversaturated with information and trying to be this and trying to get there that we forget that the simple acts of joy, the simple act of sitting with something and letting it go can make movement that would astonish just astonish people, right? Just astonish people, that real, raw truth. Thank you so much. I love you. Have a great day.